You know, in this ever-stagnating industry with derivative games always being the most successful and attracting idiots who just want to look at the blinky lights on screen, which is probably the developer's target demographic, critics, mom, and games that are creative and push bold new gameplay ideas and revolutionary new storytelling techniques often being banished to the bottom of the Steam new releases section, it's a real shame. I mean, this links back to that video essay that I don't want you to know about, with Nintendo releasing a hacked-out sequel with not much different gameplay and very derivative, and also 90% of the assets being copied about 700 or 800 times. So I'm here, in my infinite and slightly arrogant wisdom, to educate people on how to make a good game, as someone who has never made a game before. Trust me, I've tried. It's very, very dull. Like many other people in my field, I don't really want to see the gaming industry die, it does feed my family, and become the same shit for the sake of the blinky light enjoyers. You can probably guess that most of the game design philosophies I have come from older games that are of a higher quality, and also ignore IGN, so just keep that in mind going into this video. Keep an open mind, and hopefully I can tell you my opinion. You can really tell that fucking line was improv. So, what makes a good game? This is rather difficult to describe, but after a while of thinking and screaming into a pillow, I think I have a good analogy to describe what makes a good game. I want you to picture a house. Bear with me, just bear with me, viewer. As you can see, made out of many bricks. Stop me if I'm getting too technical. Now, each brick can be part of a game. Every game is made out of multiple bricks, just like an average brick wall. For example, a wall can be made of bricks representing gameplay, story, lore, soundtrack, graphics, and lots of similar things like optimization and how polished the game is. All of these are building blocks that make up a good game. Take the most recent COD game, for example. It only uses some of these bricks, leaving holes in the walls and not making it structurally stable. It has the gameplay, but the story is lacking, and it doesn't run that great. Trust me, Warzone is just horribly optimised on everything. The soundtrack is alright, still, the wall has more holes in it than Swiss cheese in this sandwich. Now, take another game, say Alien Isolation for example. It has first-person stealth gameplay that, I mean, yeah, that was quite prevalent back in 2013 when it came out, but still, amazing story and setting, oodles of lore, a great minimalist soundtrack that mimics the Alien movies perfectly, and it's one of the smoothest running and well optimized games I've ever seen. Plus, it's practically bug free. It has the perfect wall. But the thing is, a game doesn't need to have a complete wall to be amazing. Take Spec Ops The Line for example. It has the same cover shooter gameplay that was prevalent throughout the 2010s, with some simply abhorrent controls on PC that you can't remap. God damn it! But it is held up by the amazing story that delves into the mind of a soldier as he slowly goes insane because of his supposedly kind actions backfiring in some horrible way. You see his descent into madness as the player and the team he's supposed to be in charge of slowly start to trust him less and less, where you commit actions that make you feel like the piece of shite you are. Sorry if I went on a bit of a rant now, stop jerking off Spec Ops The Line now. Spec Ops also has an amazing soundtrack and the graphics are also amazing for a 2010 game, so despite the gameplay and controls brick being a bit crusty, it's more than held up with the brick of the story and the rest of the game. By the way, Spec Ops The Line is an amazing game. I recommend go picking it up post haste. I think you get the idea. A game is like a brick wall that needs all the bricks to function properly to be a sturdy wall and by definition a good game. If one aspect of a game is good, you've only really got one brick, and one brick isn't a wall, it's just a brick. You can't really do much with a brick apart from chuck it at the developer who thought that loot boxes were a good idea.